Hey guys, Accurize here, doing a DayZ tutorial on the map system that they have in-game in the DayZ Alpha Standalone here. So, first thing you need to do is actually find yourself a map in the game here. And this is what the map looks like. I find them typically in police stations, vehicles, abandoned vehicles, and gas stations. That's where I've had, I think, all of my luck with those. There might be some other places that you can find them, but just keep your eyes open. So, what you want to do is pick up your map, okay, and we'll add it to the pile of maps I have here. And the next thing that you can do is you can look at each map individually. Let's say you want to give your friend one of the maps, and you're just going to want to hang out in a different area. You don't really want to combine them all together, so you just want to look at them individually. You can just drag it down to your hotbar and look at that, then hit number 2. Because that's where we dropped in the hotbar. And we're going to see, as you can see here at the bottom, map of, and it's kind of hard to see because of the color of the map, but it does say SW. So that's a map of Southwest Chenars. So that's what we're looking at now. And to move around, you can either pull your mouse all the way to the side, but it's painfully slow, and it'll scroll that way. Or the easier way is just to right click, hold down right click, and then you get that little yellow icon, and you can drag as needed as you're holding down your right click. So if you want to place a marker on your map, simply for to note something interesting, to make to remember where, let's say there was an item that you couldn't pick up but you want to come back and get it later, you can just double click, double left click, and it'll give you an insert marker option. It'll come up. So let's say I'll just put in here item, okay, and for the description, and then you can click OK if you'd like, okay, and that'll actually put a marker down and it'll say item, alright, or whatever you decided to label it. If you want to get rid of that, you just mouse hover over it, press delete, and it'll get rid of that marker. To zoom in and out on your map, you also use your scroll wheel too. So let's do another one here, and we're going to pull down the show info message or box here, and it'll give us a little additional things that we can do with these markers. Now, arrow up and arrow down will change the icon itself. So if we hit keyboard arrow up and down, we can change these into all kinds of different icons. There are a lot of them. And the other thing you can do is you can also change the color of the icon. So let's say we're sitting here and we have this icon. There's a crash site. They're not in game at this point yet, but let's say old school helicopter crash site. You find one, okay? And you hold down Shift, and you want to make it a priority. You can hold down Shift and hit arrow and give it a color designation. Alright, so we'll make that red. Alright, and then it also says these markers aren't just on your map. They're going to be visible on other people's maps, but only if they're on the same channel as you. Now by that I imagine they're talking about the radio system that has yet to be implemented. So I'm assuming that if other people have the same radio system that you do, they'll be able to also see your markers. So don't put my super secret base full of the most elite gear you're ever going to see in DayZ on the map, because there's a chance other people are going to be able to see it also. And at this point, I don't know if we each have our own individual maps or if we're all sort of sharing the same map. So I don't know if when I place this, if other people can see it or not. I have not tested that out. So just be cautious about that. So we'll click OK. You know, we can see that it's placed there now. And now other people on the channel, if it's anything like the old mod, they'll be able to just mouse hover and delete things off their map too. So someone can't just spam this with a bunch of junk and completely ruin your map. You can actually delete icons as they come up. So that's a little bit about the how to use the map in general. Okay, and then you hit escape to exit here to get back to your normal screen. Now another thing is you would think that once you have your map in your inventory, you could hit map or the M key like you did in DayZ Mod. It looks like you might be able to do that in the future, but right now it brings up this blank map screen, so it doesn't do much for you. So I'm going to hit escape to get out of there. And okay, the next thing is crafting maps. So if you have more than one map and you don't want to just have to do southwest, and then when you're ready to move over to the east, you have to switch maps, something like that. What you can actually do is you can take southwest and southeast, and you can make a south map out of it. So that'll cover the entire southern portion of the Chenars. So what you do is just, drag it over. Orange means that you can combine them. We're going to do that. Combine maps. So there we go. We've combined the maps. and I have crafted a map of South Chernarus. So, the thing was, I do believe, let's see where I put it. I put it up here. Alright. So, right now, I found a map of North Chernarus and West Chernarus. This one's kind of useless now. I could give that to somebody if I wanted to, because I have a map of North Chernarus and South Chernarus. Now, I can probably further add those together. And there we go. We'll combine these two maps, and we should have just a map of Chernarus. So, it's just a plain old map. So if we bring this down into our inventory, let's get rid of some of these icons here. Okay, that's actually it right there. But I'm gonna, for the sake of demonstration, get rid of it. So we have our map here, full map, and if you look at the description, it says a full map of Chernarus. All right, let's drop that down into the number 2 slot. There we go, number 2. Okay, now we can see all of Chernarus. I can zoom out. Let's zoom out a little bit. So you can see Electra all the way down here. You got Northeast Airfield all the way up here. Northwest Airfield over here. So on and so forth. Starry and Novi in the middle there. So that is how you do some map crafting. Alright. Now I wonder, since we crafted this map, I wonder if we can actually use the map button now. The M key. No. Okay. Just had that thought occur to me, but it doesn't look like that M key's working at all. It looks like it's trying to work, but not quite working at this point. So anyway, I hope that helps out with how to use maps, and if it did, I really appreciate a like. And if you have any questions or comments about this, just leave them in the comment section below in the video, and I'll make sure that that's the best way for me to definitely see them. And then if you have any requests for videos, also leave those in the comments. And if you want to stay updated on some new tutorials as I make them, or gameplay as I do those, just, if you haven't already, give me a subscribe, and I appreciate it. Take care, guys.